Imagine checking into a hotel and never checking out. Chicago, 1890s. The city is booming. Industry explodes. The World's Fair is about to draw millions of visitors. Opportunity is everywhere, and so is a man who knows how to exploit it. To the outside world, he is charming, educated, soft-spoken, a successful businessman with a medical degree. Someone people trust instantly. Landlords rent to him without hesitation. Employees admire him. Women feel safe around him. His name is H.H. Holmes ***. At least, that's the name he uses. Just outside the World's Fair grounds, he opens a hotel meant to house eager travelers, especially young women arriving alone in search of work or opportunity. To most, it's just another building in a growing city. But the hotel is different. Hallways lead nowhere. Staircases stop at ceilings. Doors open into brick walls. Rooms lock only from the outside. Some are soundproof, others fitted with gas lines. Employees are fired quickly, before learning the layout. No one ever sees the full blueprint. Holmes explains every oddity with confidence. In an era before regulations or background checks, people believe him. Young women arrive. Some work there. Some stay as guests. Some become romantically involved with Holmes. And then they disappear. Quietly. One by one. No screams. No bodies. No immediate suspicion. In a crowded, chaotic city, missing people are easy to overlook, especially when the man at the center appears so trustworthy. This wasn't impulse. It wasn't madness. It was design. What made Holmes so dangerous wasn't just what he did, it was how precisely he controlled every detail. Inside the hotel, confusion was a tool. Employees never stayed long enough to understand the building. Staff were forbidden from sharing information. Keys were constantly reassigned. No one knew which rooms were occupied, or who had been there before. This wasn't chaos. It was strategy. Holmes identified those most likely to trust him. Young women far from home, employees dependent on him, partners promised affection or marriage. Once trust was secured, escape was no longer possible. The hotel became a machine. Rooms sealed from the outside. Hidden chutes. Gas lines. Spaces designed so Holmes never had to rush or panic. Control was built into the structure itself. Afterward, he erased them. Bodies were disposed of methodically. Evidence destroyed. Identities rewritten. Insurance policies taken out under false names. Even death became profitable. The World's Fair masked everything. People arrived, vanished, and were never questioned again. In the noise, Holmes thrived. He dressed well, spoke calmly, paid on time. The hotel stayed open. But behind false walls and locked doors, something was growing. Something that would draw attention not because of what happened inside the hotel, but because of what happened outside it. The disappearances stopped being invisible. People began noticing patterns. A woman who never rode home again, an employee gone after payday, a fiancé who vanished without explanation. Individually, each case was dismissible. Together, they formed something unsettling. Still, Holmes remained untouched. He moved constantly, changed names, shifted businesses. When suspicion crept too close, he simply vanished and resurfaced elsewhere. To outsiders, he was a restless entrepreneur. To those who trusted him, he always had an explanation. Inside the hotel, the violence continued, repetitive, controlled, refined. There was no urgency, only routine. Then came greed. Holmes took bigger risks: insurance fraud, fake marriages, elaborate schemes involving multiple identities. He believed himself smarter than everyone else. That arrogance became his weakness. Associates began noticing contradictions, names that didn't add up, stories that shifted, money that vanished. Unlike the guests, these people didn't disappear quietly. One associate decided to talk, not about murder, but fraud. That was enough. Authorities began investigating Holmes's finances and false identities. The charming doctor, the successful hotel owner, the respectable businessman, none of it survived scrutiny. The walls were closing in. Soon, investigators would step inside the hotel itself. When investigators finally examined the building, they weren't prepared for what they found. At first glance, it looked merely strange. Holmes calmly explained the layout as bad construction and poor planning. But once he was gone, The real search began. Room by room, wall by wall, hidden passages, staircases to nowhere, doors locking only from the outside, soundproof chambers, gas lines, chutes leading into the basement, and the basement erased all doubt. Tools, equipment, evidence of bodies being destroyed, proof that this wasn't rumor or exaggeration, it was systematic. The press exploded. The hotel became known as the *** murder castle ***. Holmes was arrested, yet remained disturbingly calm. He lied effortlessly, confessed, retracted, exaggerated. Even in custody, he tried to control the story. But the illusion was gone. The building that protected him had become his evidence. Every wall testified against him. Every hidden door told a story he could no longer shape. The trial became a spectacle. America was transfixed. Reporters packed courtrooms. Holmes sat calmly at the center, composed, almost entertained. He confessed, contradicted himself, then confessed again, changing numbers, changing stories. Some claims were false, others impossible to verify. Even then, he ensured the full truth would never be untangled. He was convicted not for the countless rumored murders, but for what could be proven. The sentence was death. There was no visible fear when it was read aloud. But closure never came. Families never received certainty. Investigators never reached a final count. Historians still debate how many lives were lost. The hotel was eventually destroyed. The questions were not: was he America's first serial killer? Was the murder castle exaggerated? How much truth died with him? What is certain is this: he didn't rely on rage or chaos. He used trust, structure, time. This case changed how people understood safety and charisma. It proved that evil doesn't always look monstrous. Sometimes it wears a suit, builds a business, and invites you inside.